your feet. Protect your pussy.
This year, all Halloween masks have been trunked.
Welcome to Deadly Dames, and today we're doing a review for the Geek Legion of Doom channel of a movie called President Evil. It was a film that we, from beginning to end, actually laughed hysterically at. I think the beginning had us in hysterics because it basically parodied the movie Halloween, which we've just been to see the new one. I think that's probably why we laughed so much at it. This was actually a movie Alison wanted to review, so I'm going to hand you over to Alison to talk about this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I laughed the full way through. I wasn't expecting it to be as funny as it was. And it had lots of different kind of movies that it was paying homage to, making fun of. And I think just the idea, when I looked it up, I was like, oh, that's so funny. Just the idea of like a Michael Myers, but instead of a Michael Myers mask, it's a Donald Trump.
I think what was really good about it as well, because it's so current to America. Obviously we're in the UK, but what I quite liked about it is it was taking something which is so political. Obviously everybody knows Donald Trump and the statements he makes that are not very
controversial.
Yes, very controversial, and then the things that he says about gay, I wouldn't have said straight, but that's not right, gay and coloured and all these
and all that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, and no, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he says, but they've taken that and they've put it into a horror film, and they have made it funny, but they've made it in a way that it's getting to the point, but making it in a comedic way, but it's still to the making a statement, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a fine line between humour, which is getting its point across, and then just being stupid. And this movie didn't go into stupidity. Like Scary Movie, for example, goes into stupidity. And although the first one and the second one's kind of funny, the other ones are just downright stupid. This movie doesn't cross that line. There are silly moments in it, which we don't want to ruin, but they were still funny, those silly moments.
Yeah, and bits as well, like the names of people and things like that. And there's even some I saw and I thought, I think that's got a meaning, but I'm not quite sure.
We're not the most political people, but obviously we got a lot of the references that were in it. I liked the doctor that was in it. Obviously you knew that was well, Claire, what's the Russian guy?
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, you knew Dr. Luton instead of Dr. Loomis, and we were like, that's hilarious. But a lot of it was great. Like obviously instead of having Lowry and Annie and I forget her name, Linda.
Linda.
They had the lead characters. I'm never going to remember all their names. There was
Lana was instead of Lowry. Blanca and
I can't remember the other girl's name, but they were from other countries. So there was a Mexican girl and a Muslim and Haiti. Is it?
She's Haitian.
Haitian, and obviously they were making statements about obviously the way that Trump feels about them, and in his country, and but they were really strong characters. In fact, they were so strong, like I didn't want any of them to die, and I was like, no, please, every time. And that was kind of different from like Halloween, because you didn't get to know the characters as much in Halloween, and I kind of loved that in this movie. But they even had like a transgender character in it, and I really liked them too. And I was like, no, every time I don't want to spoil it too much for people, but I really liked the characters.
You wanted all the characters to survive,
but the humour in it was excellent. Like the character who was wearing the Trump mask even had a toupee, which was funny. And it was just funny. Like it took the Mickey, but in all the right ways,
and it had lots of different movies in it, so it wasn't just Halloween. There was like a few other ones, and it kind of made it more funny, because then you thought, if you're not finding the political bit funny, you could find the references to some movies funny as well.
It even had like the scene where he escaped from the mental asylum. Like it had a throwback to one flew over the cuckoo's nest, and then it had like a little snapshot of The Shining. What other ones did we see in there?
It had music that sounded similar
Suspiria.
to Suspiria.
There was other ones that we seen in there. Psycho, a psycho death scene. We were like,
I think if you're a horror fan, that it will appeal to you, because there are a lot of kind of wee nods to loads and loads of different horror films, so not just slasher films, but loads of different types of horror films.
And if you're a South Park fan, you will definitely see whoever did the voice for Donald Trump in this was obviously a fan of Mr. Mackey from South Park, because every time there was a speech of Donald Trump, he just went "mker, mker" at the end of everything, and all I heard was Mr. Mackey, and it was funny, but it was funny, but they were also getting the political statements across, and the opening sequence was hilarious. It was like the parody of Halloween. Even the title sequence at the beginning, where they obviously had they had the titles of Halloween and the Donald Trump mask, but then they kept putting his political speech comments over the top, were really funny. I really liked this movie.
I liked it.
All three of us really enjoyed it.
The full way through, even the ending, it just ended in like a perfect wee thing. I think with some comedy movies, you kind of get the ending a little bit wrong, in the sense of it doesn't end as funny as it could be, but this one was just like, no, that's really good ending as well.
We actually had a lot of fun, just as you can see from the opening titles. we had a lot of fun just coming up with puns, didn't we? You could go on for hours just coming up with Donald Trump puns. What was the ones?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we had fantastic. We were like, you would just say this movie was fantastic, everyone. So what was the other one that you said, Claire?
I can't remember.
Oh, we had loads. We had hundreds of them. Yeah. You could just spend hours just coming up with Donald Trump tags. So, but yeah, it was fantastic. I would recommend it to anybody. This movie was fantastic. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie to people. Basically, the storyline is Halloween. It is just three friends who are against Donald Trump, who happen to be. And it is the start of Halloween. The girl's asked by her dad to take keys to an old house where someone had died years ago because a psycho kid who wore a mask of Nixon, wasn't it? Killed his what he calls his mum, in it? Slut mum.
Oh.
He burst his mum's fake boobs.
Yeah.
Kills his mum.
The opening scene was actually quite funny. But
yeah, she delivers keys there, and obviously, just like in Halloween, she gets followed, and you're following her and her three friends, and it's basically just very similar to Halloween, except for instead of them all going out for a good time, it's just these three girls that are going to take a political stand.
I think it's a protest ahead of the midterms, isn't it, that they're doing rather than going trick or treating.
But you can tell whoever made this movie was literally was a big fan of Halloween, because even the houses look exactly like the set of Halloween, and even when she's waiting for her friend, I keep calling her Bianca, but it's Blanca, isn't it?
I think it was.
When she's waiting for her to pick her up in the car, where she sits, on the wall outside, is scene for scene, Halloween. And I was like, they have detailed followed that movie. And even the Psycho scene, it's exactly like the scene out of Psycho. I mean, the people that made this movie were true horror fans, but they were obviously political fans as well, that really had a statement to make, and just went, these are two subjects that I really, really feel important about. Let's put them together and get that statement out there. And I think, maybe these are two things that people don't often think, let's put together. And they were clearly comedy geniuses, and just thought, let's put all this together in one movie and make people laugh but get our point across at the same time. And I think it worked.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I think it was something that if it hadn't have worked, it would have been a disaster. But it did work really, really well. And
you picked up in obviously, not just the title, but the sequence at the end, it was clearly a reference to Resident Evil.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, no more spoils. But
I was like, that's like Resident Evil, and I'll not say which one it was.
But obviously Resident Evil kind of gave it away anyway. But no,
I love the title though.
I wish we could remember the other pun we came up with.
I will remember.
We'll remember
tomorrow.
after we press stop. But
Yeah.
yeah, Tantastic was our favourite one. And then obviously we said, you've been trumped. We said Michael Myers got
William Shatner.
Shatner. And he's been trumped. But no, we would, if we were going to rate this movie out of 10, I would actually rate it out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long time since I've rated a movie out of 10, but I would
me
rate
too.
this
I really
one.
enjoyed it. It was really funny.
No, I loved this film so much so that I pretty much put this back on and watch it almost straight away. Because I loved it. It's definitely a Halloween movie, and I would recommend people to put it on and watch it this time of year, probably every year.
You know, it's probably one to watch after a really scary film.
Yeah, because it would cheer you up and make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, thank you for watching, and keep it fantastic. And take care.
Okay.
Okay. What have I done to his eyes? Okay. Bye.